I urge all schools to maintain and make maximum use of the textbooks that will be supplied to them. I am also aware that the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development has had an engagement with stakeholders pertaining to grade 10 curriculum designs. Upon the finalization of these designs, the ministry will ensure relevant books are developed, evaluated for approval, and fine-tuned in preparation for use in our senior schools in an efficient and timely manner. It is my pleasure to join you today for the launch of the distribution exercise of textbooks for grade 9 and those for rationalized learning areas for grade 6, 1 to 6, which is going to be done to all Kenyan schools, which is in an effort to maintain our policy of the 1-to-1 textbook to learner ratio. This is a recognition of the fact that the curriculum support materials are an essential component in any learning environment. They comprise the core tools used in teaching learning context to assist the learners to acquire the intended knowledge, skills, and attitudes, and thereby to develop the required competencies. The distribution exercise of textbooks to schools has been an annual event since the inception of the competency-based curriculum. The Ministry of Education has diligently over the years distributed the CBC textbooks for learners in grades 1 to 8 to ensure that the policy of one-to-one book for every learner is met. This is testimony that the government is committed to ensure that all learners have adequate teaching and learning materials. Upon the review of the curriculum for the said grades early this year, the Ministry of Education embarked on the revision of books to ensure they are all well aligned to the curriculum designs. It is therefore the responsibility of the ministry to ensure and to oversee the distribution of the revised books to learners in the entire country. This practice will be carried out annually and extended to all grades, including the senior school level. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kenya government is committed to providing accessible, quality, and relevant education and training to all its citizens. This is in line with the various policies on education and training. It is in this spirit that the country embarked on a journey to reform the curriculum. The curriculum reforms are being undertaken within the national legislation informed by Article 53 of the Constitution, which recognizes free and compulsory basic education as a right of every child. Article 43 on economic and social rights states that every person has a right to education. The Ministry of Education is responsible for national policies and programs that help Kenyans access quality and affordable school education, post-school education, higher education, and academic research. The ministry is therefore committed to the provision of the quality and relevant inclusive education, training, and research for all Kenyans. Allow me therefore to express my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have continued to support the process of the conceptualization and implementation of the competency-based curriculum, both at the basic education and teacher training levels. The ministry is committed to ensuring that timelines are met and timely results achieved. In particular, I wish to laud our stakeholders, the teachers, the parents, and the curriculum implementation officers for fully embracing and ensuring effective implementation of CBC. Gains of the competency-based curriculum are evident in its uptake by public and private schools and the teacher training colleges. The CBC is enabling us to provide every Kenyan learner with world-class standards in the skills, knowledge, and attitudes that they require in order to thrive in the 21st century. This can only be achieved through excellent facilitation by the teachers, school environments, resources, and a sustainable visionary curriculum, and the need therefore to ensure that every learner's right to access learning materials is actualized. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to delve a bit into the grade 9 textbooks whose distribution we are flagging off today. The approval for these materials was achieved through rigorous evaluation, vetting, and validation through the panel system. These materials comprise a learner's book and the accompanying teacher's guide. Evaluation of course materials was carried out by the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development in April this year. Apart from the lists of the books that will be procured by Government of Kenya, several titles have also been approved for each learning area to provide a variety of the learning institutions. This will serve as additional reference materials for use in and out of school. These titles have found their space in the Orange Book, which is the official reference point of all books that KICD has approved for use in schools. All, the Ministry of Education is procuring a total of 1 million copies of learners' books and 24,000 copies of teachers' guides for each learning area in grade 9. The distribution schedule stretches between 23rd of January to 15th of March, 23rd of October to 15th of December 2024. I have directed that schools that may have variances in the number of books delivered to them should report to the Sub-County Education Office. The Sub-County Education Officers should also move in to rationalize any variances in the schools within the Sub-County. The Sub-County Officers are expected to file reports with the Ministry of Education on the status of book distribution in schools within the area of jurisdiction by 31st of January 2025. I also reiterate the expectation that both public and private schools should use only the books that have been approved by KICD. These books have been assessed for suitability to help the teacher deliver the curriculum as envisaged. The listing of approved materials and all curriculum designs for all the learning areas subjects are up to grade 9 are available on the KICD website. All the KPSEA and KCSE candidates who are doing the exams, KCSE started yesterday, all the best in the exams this year, and to advise that what they've studied, they will be able to achieve. There is no need to panic.
This day is very important for all of us because we are witnessing a critical milestone, that of making sure that as we prepare our children to the next level of learning in grade 9, then we do it in a way that it will be for sure that they are ready for this particular exercise. It is also a time that we look back and with a lot of pride and say that now we have completed the first cycle, which was PP1 and PP2, who transited to our primary schools for the 6 years from grade 1 to grade 6. Now we are transiting to grade 9, which will now complete the junior school cycle, indicating therefore that the critical aspects and the foundational layers of our learning have been taken care of as we move forward. We also look forward, therefore, to this particular cohort of learners transiting to grade 9, so that with all the necessary materials that they are required of in terms of course books and the core textbooks that they require for themselves and for their learning. I would want to appreciate all the people who are involved in the exercise, starting with the panelists, going to all the teachers that were able to be part of this particular exercise of looking and going through the books to ensure that they meet the threshold that our learners require in terms of content, in terms of quality, in terms of the standards that are required of our learners at that particular level. Take this opportunity to most sincerely thank the Kenya Publishers Association and the publishers for the good work that they continue to do to ensure that the knowledge that is needed is put into those particular books so that it can be transmitted to our learners and so that we can be able to realize our tagline of ensuring that we nurture every learner's potential and that they are able to move to the next level. I also want to most sincerely thank KICD for the continued diligence that they put into this particular work to ensure that these textbooks are available and that they are available in a way that gives teachers and learners a variety. And that is why for every class, we give 2 books from 2 different publishers so that learners can be able to appreciate that we give a ratio of 40 to 60, and in that particular blend, then we give that particular freedom to teachers to be able to socialize with a wider scope of content. I only want to ask our ed teachers and our school managers to be available in their schools after we finish with the CAPSEA next week. We have already issued a circular on the same so that they can be able to be available in school to receive these particular instructional materials in their schools. So it is so important that the ed teachers, where the ed teacher may not be available, their deputy ed teachers are available in school to ensure that these materials are received in our schools, that they are properly received, properly kept, and that there is accountability into ensuring that these materials are safe in our schools.